Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk live on YouTube and StreamYard.com. It's Girl MF Michael Fletcher alongside the boys Anthony Florio, Michael Bullock. First off, before we jump off, obviously, we do want to take a moment to acknowledge the death of Kevin Sullivan. As many of you guys know, Kevin Sullivan passed away earlier this morning. Um, he was battling a lot of complications, and he was definitely having a lot of medical issues. Unfortunately, today, Kevin Sullivan passing away, and it was acknowledged by WWE. It was acknowledged by all the major companies around the world. So I want to at least take a moment uh, to acknowledge, as we always do, the death of a professional wrestler. And Calvin Sullivan does deserve some recognition, even though I know a lot. There are some people that harbors from, I don't want to say ill will towards Kevin Sullivan, but there is definitely some heat on Kevin Sullivan. And as a matter of fact, I don't really want to go there, but there was some definite major stuff that was alleged, we'll say, during Kevin Sullivan, known as the Prince of Darkness. He suffered a devastating accident a few months ago, and because of the complications of that, Kevin Sullivan unfortunately did indeed pass away earlier today at the age of 74 years old. So, Kevin Sullivan, you can say his career was definitely very well known, had a lot of recognitions, especially in the NWA years, either from Florida, the Georgia, Gulf Coast. Never had any major success in WCW. He was a one-time WCW Tag Team Champion with Cactus Jack, and then was an NWA United States Tag Team Champions with Dr. Death Steve Williams. That was basically acknowledged by WCW in that era. Um, he also did get recognition by going to the NWA Hall of Fame in 2014, and actually was inducted into the New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame in 2013. So that was Kevin Sullivan. Like we said, there was some complications that he had a major fall, an accident back in May, that he went under, consequently underwent some surgery, and unfortunately, due to those complications, he did pass away earlier today in Concord, Massachusetts. So, uh, obviously, a devastating blow to the world of professional wrestling, and our thoughts and prayers are with the Kevin Sullivan family here today. With that said, we're actually going to bring in Anthony Florio. Anthony, fresh off, happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
Unfortunately, not the way that we wanted to start the show tonight. Uh,
No.
Unfortunate passing of Kevin Sullivan. So it is yours, my friend.
Yes, indeed. And thank you very much for the birthday wishes there. And I'll I'll get into that at the end. But for right now, um, Kevin Sullivan, um, the Taskmaster, of course, in WCW. Let's run down his accomplishments here. Allied Independent Wrestling Federations, a World Six Man was part of the inaugural World Six Man Tag Team Championships in AIWF. Was inducted in, received the Men's Wrestling Award in 2022 as part of the Cauliflower Alley Club. In Central States Wrestling, he was a NWA World Tag Team Champion, Central States version with Ken Lucas. Century Wrestling Alliance, a one-time CWA heavyweight champion. Championship Wrestling from Florida, NWA Florida heavyweight champion one time. 4-time co-holder of the NWA Florida Tag Team Championship 3 times with Mike Graham, and one time with Haystacks Calhoun, and a 4-time Florida version NWA Southern Heavyweight Champion. Eastern Championship Wrestling, he was a 2-time co-holder of the ECW Tag Team Championships with a man known as the Taz Maniac. And if you're wondering, yes, that is Taz. That was Taz. 2-time co-holder of the Eastern Championship Wrestling Tag Team titles with him. Georgia Championship Wrestling, a 2-time NWA Georgia Junior Heavyweight Champion. 1-time NWA Georgia Tag Team Champion with another Hall of Famer, Tony Atlas, and a 2-time NWA National Television Champion. Gulf Coast Championship Wrestling / Southeastern Championship Wrestling, 2-time NWA Continental Heavyweight Champion, 2-time NWA Southeastern Tag Team Champion with Ken Lucas. 2 times he held the NWA Southeastern United States Junior Heavyweight Championship, and a 1-time co-holder of the Gulf Coast version of the NWA United States Tag Team Championship, of course, with Ken Lucas. 2014, like MF mentioned, inducted into the NWA Hall of Fame. 2013, inducted into the New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. NWA Mid-America, a 1-time NWA Mid-America Television Champion. 1 time, he held the Mid-America version of the NWA Southern Tag Team Championships with Len Rossi. 2-time co-holder of the Mid-America version of the NWA World Tag Team Championship, once with Robert Fuller and the other with Mike Graham. PWI was voted Most Improved Wrestler of the Year in 1981. 1994, he was ranked number 58 of the top 500 singles wrestlers in the PWI 500 in 94. Ranked number 106 of the top 500 singles wrestlers of the PWI years in 2003. 1-time NWA Southern Heavyweight Champion in Southern Championship Wrestling. Southwest Championship Wrestling was the SCW Southwest Heavyweight Champion. WCW, he was a 1-time WCW World Tag Team Champion with Cactus Jack, a.k.a. Mick Foley. And a 1-time NWA United States Tag Team Champion with the late, great Dr. Death, Steve Williams. And then in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, received a dubious distinction. The worst worked match of the year, a match that MF and I know very well, and a match that, believe it or not, MF and I actually hold near and dear to our hearts because our boys, the Mega Powers, were involved in this. That infamous Towers of Doom match at Uncensored, when it was Kevin Sullivan, Arn Anderson, Meng, the Barbarian, Ric Flair, Lex Luger, Z-Gangsta, a.k.a. Zeus, and the Ultimate Solution versus the Mega Powers, Hulk Hogan, and the Macho Man Randy Savage inside that infamous Tower of Doom match at Uncensored. But those were the accomplishments of Kevin Sullivan. And yes, I do remember that match. Of course, MF, that's a match that we hold near and dear to our hearts because, of course, like I said, our guys, the Mega Powers, Hulk Hogan and the Macho Man Randy Savage, were involved in that match. Of course, that's how we base ourselves upon. And, of course, from there, some other notable Kevin Sullivan memories. Slamboree 1994, him and Cactus Jack, when they went up against the Nasty Boys in that Broad Street Bullies match for the WCW Tag Team Championship. Wild and crazy and insane. Definitely go back and give that match a look. That was and in Philadelphia. And of course, Dave the Hammer Schultz was the special guest referee enforcer for that match. Of course, MF, I got another good one for you, MF. How about that Super Brawl in 1996? That match with it was Kevin Sullivan and Brian Pillman in a strap match, and that was interrupted by your boy Double A, Arn Anderson, and it led to Brian Pillman uttering those infamous words, "I respect you, Booker Man." We all remember that. But MF, the one that I know you and I will fondly remember more than anything else, the Great American Bash, 1996, Kevin Sullivan, Chris Benoit, where they literally tore apart the Baltimore arena. I mean, they damn near left that thing in shambles. Hell, Dusty Rhodes, the legendary soundbite, they're fighting in the men's bathroom. There's a woman in the men's bathroom. I mean, we all remember that. But boy, howdy, man. I mean, those were just some of my standout moments for Kevin Sullivan. And anybody who's anybody in the wrestling world has paid their respects on social media. Names such as the Nature Boy Ric Flair, Diamond Dallas Page, Eric Bischoff, Triple H, and Mark Mero when he was Johnny B. Bad and over in WCW, and the list goes on and on. William Regal, and so many dignitaries in the world of professional wrestling paying their respects to Kevin Sullivan. And I know he had some issues, so we're not quite going to do the what we usually do, the whole memory inspiration thing. We're not going to do that. But what we are going to do, of course, he was a human being after all. And like MF said, our thoughts and our prayers and our condolences to Kevin Sullivan's family, his friends, everybody that got to work with him, and of course, all of his fans around the world. And there isn't anything else left for me to say. I'm not going to do the whole, thank you for the inspiration and all that good stuff like we always do. But I will do this. I will channel my inner Brian Pillman when I say, I respect you, Booker Man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, good sir. So, not much more for me to add on to it. So, Phenom, Michael Bullock, come on in, fresh off another one of our legendary Smackdown chats as always. And sad day today as we lost one of the great booking minds in professional wrestling, Kevin Sullivan, partially responsible for the man was one of the people responsible for that year and a half of domination of WCW during the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah, he definitely was. I mean, he's the reason why WCW was on top for those years. And yeah, I mean, he did do some good things, but also, like you said, unfortunately, there were some not so good things. I mean, if memory serves me correctly, I mean, yes, we did have Kevin Sullivan and Chris Benoit, but there was actually some real life stuff that went on between them, and it all has to do with woman. And there were some rumors that he did some pretty terrible things to woman. Of course, we all heard about it in that Dark Side of the Ring. I think it was part one of the whole Chris Benoit documentary. That's when they talked about it. But yeah, a lot of people are not some are like were critical. Some are being remembered for the man that he was, the booker, and all that. So, but yeah, because of that, we're not going to do like you said what Anthony always does. But all we'll say is our thoughts and prayers are with his friends and family, whether you like the guy or you don't like the guy. And there are some people who like him, and there are some people who don't like him. So you choose the right path. You choose whatever path you want. So there's really nothing more for me to add to it. So let's move on, Fletch.
All right, with that said, we will indeed move on. We will start out with SmackDown Live. This one was a big one. This was a big show, no doubt about it. So here we go. So we start out on SmackDown. So tonight from Tulsa, Oklahoma, at the BOK Center, and we started out with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, interrupted by Solo Sikoa. Basically, Solo in the Bloodline, basically he was saying that if it wasn't for Roman Reigns, that Solo would be the WWE champion. Kevin Owens came out and basically offered Kevin the shot at the title. Said that, yeah, you know what? I want you to be my next opponent. I want you and me one-on-one for the WWE title Clash at Berlin. And Owen's like, I don't want that. No, I'm not deserving. I don't deserve it. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't deserve the opportunity. I don't deserve the shot. I don't want it. Thank you, but no thank you. So, I mean, look, we saw it on Monday night. Randy Orton called his shot, said, "I want another shot at I want a shot at the World Heavyweight title." Obviously, Austin, Randy's got a valid point. You know, my shoulder wasn't up. My shoulder wasn't down for 3. It was up. I should, yeah, you won King of the Ring, but did you truly win King of the Ring? Yes, you're now the WWE champion, but do you truly deserve that opportunity? Did you truly deserve the shot? Do you truly deserve the belt? Do you truly deserve it all? And even Gunther openly admitted it. He's like, you know what? All right. Yes, it was a little bit of a bad taste in the mouth. I'll give you the shot at the title. Owens is like, I don't really deserve this, man. I mean, there's plenty of other guys that deserve the opportunity, not me. And so, interesting play out, but watch what happens later in the day. Watch what happens later in the show. We'll talk about it. So, yeah, nothing more to say. Anthony Floyo, red hot start to the Smackdown Live from Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's yours, bro.
Absolutely. Obviously, there's Cody and Solo will probably be revisited down the road, and but Kevin Owens comes out and evens the odds a little bit, and solid segment for what it was. It was pretty good, and I did hear a rumor. I did read a dirt sheet earlier about this, about Cody Rhodes and how Kevin Owens would be his next challenger, and turns out it was right. But yes, we will definitely get into what happened later on, and a very good start to the show here, and Cody and KO in Berlin. That's interesting. So that I think that could be a very good match. So we'll see what happens. I'll have more on that in a little bit. But Michael Bullock, what says you about this opening segment?
Yeah, like you said, I mean, first at the beginning, I mean, Cody was ready to announce his next challenger, and then Solo comes out saying, "Oh, Roman, if it weren't for Roman Reigns, he would be the champion." And then, just when it looked like it was going to be a 3-on-1 beatdown, out comes Kevin Owens and makes the save, and then Cody's like, "Well, I do have a favor, and I don't know how you're going to feel about it. I want you to be my next opponent at Bash in Berlin for the undisputed WWE Championship." But Kevin Owens is like, no, I don't deserve it. I mean, look, I don't want to be given a title shot. I want to earn it. I mean, you can understand the way he feels, but yeah, I mean, eventually, well, you'll see what happens. So nothing more to say. It's yours, Fletch.
First fight of the night, we go into it. It was the Street Profits going up against A-Town Down Under. Now, this is a first round tournament match to determine the challengers, the next challengers for the WWE Tag Team Championships, titles currently held by the Bloodline. And here it is, guys. So it was the Profits versus A-Town Down Under. Street Profits wins the match in 8 minutes and 5 seconds. Anthony Florio, you lead off.
All right. This was to determine who would face the winners of the other match later in the night, which we'll address. After a solid performance from both teams, the Profits claimed victory. This bout will not stand out against everything you have seen this week, but it was fun and had the crowd pumped. Ford and Dawkins are stars, and it's great to see them winning again. And I'll give this about 2.5, teetering on 2 3/4 of a star. So the Street Profits advance to the to next week in Orlando, Florida, where they will meet the winners of the other match, which we'll address. So don't want to go too much into that. So we'll leave it at this: 2.5 stars, teetering on 2 3/4. Michael Bullock, your thoughts?
2.5 stars. Teetering on 2 3/4. It was a good match. I mean, I wanted to see some more of it, but in the amount of time it did get, I did enjoy it. Um, yeah, now the Street Profits move on and they face whoever comes out of the next tag team title #1 contenders opportunity. We will address that later on. So 2.5, 2 3/4. It's yours, Fletch.
About 2.5. I think it was a solid match. I think they did a really good job with it. So yeah, really nothing more to say. So 2.5 stars. Now we go into a backstage segment that we don't really normally we don't talk about backstage segments, but this needs to be addressed. So once again, basically it was general manager Nick Aldis, and he came in and basically Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes were talking. Cody again offered Kevin Owens the shot at the title, and again Owens basically is like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna earn it. I'm not gonna do the fight. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna put myself into that situation. So Nick Aldis is like, all right, then the next guy I have in mind is Roman Reigns. Owens goes ballistic, yelling about why does Roman cut the line and deserve the opportunity? And Nick Aldis basically is like, well, Roman is a former champion and he held the title for 1,316 days. That's valid argument for Roman to get the shot. Owens flips, says that no, Roman doesn't deserve it. He's been gone for all this time. There's more hungrier guys in that locker room than any other person. Roman doesn't deserve it. Nick Aldis is like, well, there is somebody else who is deserving. And I'm looking right at him right now. So you know what? I don't care if you say no. I don't care if you deny this. You're getting your shot. Clash at Berlin, Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens for the undisputed World Wrestling Entertainment Heavyweight Championship. Michael Bullock, it is yours. Owens relenting. And then the minute Roman's name came up, he absolutely blew a gasket and basically, well, he got the shot. Ready or not, here it comes. You're now going to fight Cody Rhodes for the WWE title.
Well, you knew they were going to find a way to get Kevin Owens to agree to this. I mean, all you had to do was basically say, how about Roman Reigns? And then the moment, like you said, the moment Nick Aldis mentioned Roman Reigns, he just flipped out. He's like, whoa, wait a minute. This guy just got back, and you think he deserves a shot? He gets to cut the line? No. There's other people in that locker room that is more deserving than Roman Reigns. And that's when Nick Aldis is like, and I'm looking at it, that person. So he made it official. So we're getting it at Bash in Berlin. Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens for the undisputed WWE Championship. And I don't know about you, Fletch. I mean, you really think that Nick Aldis goaded Kevin Owens into agreeing it?
I gotta say, I kind of feel like he maybe in a way, because it seemed like Cody, and I kind of feel like it was more Cody and all this conspiring together. to
because
give
they
Owens
because
the
they see that because they saw that Kevin Owens, he's deserving of this opportunity.
Yeah.
They saw it, but
Now I know there's going to be some people that are going to say no, that Owens doesn't deserve it, and because there are going to be some fans out there that's going to say that somebody else is more deserving to be the next challenger.
and even Owens said that himself.
But the thing is this: there isn't really anybody right now that I can see that would be worthy enough of fighting Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship other than KO. I'm sorry. I think they got this right.
I agree too.
I think Cody deserves. I think Kevin Owens, more than any other person, deserves an opportunity, because if you look up and down the entire SmackDown roster, who would be the guy that would challenge him? I don't think there's really many guys that I can say legitimately that would deserve the shot.
And I agree with you. And there's going to be some people like, wait a minute, he had his chances when Roman was the champ and he blew it.
But the thing is, like you said, this is a different challenge.
Yeah, this is a different challenge, no doubt.
Cody Rhodes is the WWE champion. Now, Cody is doing a big up thing. He doesn't necessarily have to say, I want to give you the title shot. He doesn't have to do that. He could have just said, you know what? Just give me whoever I want, and I'll take them on. He purposely asked for this match, which is very rare if you're a champion of the world. You don't control that situation. You do a lot of the times. You don't get to control that narrative. But because
I think it's because he sees something. He saw something in Kevin Owens that makes him feel like, I think he's worthy of being the next challenger.
And that's why I was about to say that, is that, like you said, he saw something in Owens, and he knows Owens enough, and he felt like Owens deserves an opportunity. Now, again, there's going to be some people out there that's going to disagree that Owens deserves this moment, but and the thing is, it's a small minority. It's not like oh, it's overwhelming. No, it's not. I would probably say, if you want my honest opinion about, like, if you're talking about the ratio about Owens getting the shot to Owens not deserving it, I would probably say about maybe 85-90% of the people is like, Owens deserves this. And I'm glad Cody pulled the trigger and said, I want him to fight for the title. So,
and like you said, there's the 10% that's going to be saying he doesn't deserve it.
Exactly. But the thing is, if you're one of those naysayers, then who would you have put in that spot to fight for the title?
Because give us a name that makes us feel like, oh, all right, we'll agree with you.
The only person, honestly, truthfully, before he got hurt, the only guy I could thought of was Jacob Fatu. That's the only guy that came up off my mind. Like, no doubts in my mind, if there was one guy who was more deserving than anybody else, would have been Jacob Fatu. But Jacob Fatu is hurt. He's injured. His leg is hurt. And he might be out for a while. So that's the only guy that I thought that they could have given it. Now, could they run it back with Solo Sikoa? Very possible. You could run this back. But not now. Because he's got another problem on his hands. We'll get into that later on. But those would probably be the only two right now that I believe that would be worthy of the title shot than anything else. So, all right, nothing more to say. I said my 2 cents. So, Anthony Florio, it is all yours.
I agree with everything. I mean, Kevin Owens is the most deserving of this title opportunity, whether he believes it or not. I mean, he's been there for Cody when Cody needed him. of course, we also cannot forget about the fact that, Cody's running out of challengers. And, with Randy Orton now going after Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship in Berlin, it was very clear that they wanted to do a fresh matchup, and we've got a fresh matchup here. To the best of my knowledge, I don't believe Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens have ever squared off in WWE, to the best of my knowledge. So,
no, this would be a first time.
That's what I thought. Okay, so exciting matchup to think about. I mean, this definitely has fight of the night contender. This is definitely a fight of the night contender when it comes to Berlin, and very deserving of the opportunity indeed. Based on his past body of work, and he hasn't had an opportunity at this title in quite some time, not since the 2023 Royal Rumble. The whole thing with Roman and Sammy and all that stuff at the end there. But nonetheless, I agree wholeheartedly with you guys. He's very deserving of this opportunity. And I believe Cody and KO can tear the house down in Berlin. I think they got second best fight of the night in them. It definitely has the potential for a possible fight of the night contender. But there's something about Gunther and Orton that's doing it for me. I don't know, but I'm all for it. I'm good with it. So I agree with you guys 100%. So with that, let's move on to our next match.
All right. Unfortunately, we do have a cutout. Very rare on SmackDown, but we do have a cutout here. It was Jade Cargill versus Alba Fire. Jade Cargill winning the match in 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Really nothing more to add on that one. Then we had ourselves a promo segment with the new United States Heavyweight Champion, the megastar that everybody's talking about. Fellas, hit it.
Tell them whose game this is, with everybody saying L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it.
By the way, that piece, that little bit of artwork that he put out there earlier today, priceless.
Yeah, indeed. And new theme too. They actually gave him a more updated, modern, little bit of a remix of his new theme. So, and by the way, it's not from the same guys that you thought that normally does his theme music, that does the new WWE theme music. It was somebody else that did it. And as a matter of fact, I gotta admit, it was not bad. It was pretty kicking. So, yeah, good job, guys. So nothing more to say. Anthony Floyo, it is all yours. LA Knight, the new United States champion, and there was a little bit of some company that came along the way that's hunting and sniffing at his new belt.
LA Knight came to the ring to celebrate winning the United States Heavyweight Championship. The crowd chanted, "You deserve it," as he bragged about stomping Logan Paul to beat him. Santos Escobar came out and sarcastically congratulated LA Knight on his victory, and that led to the next match, which we're going to get into. High stakes in that one as well. So yeah, good back and forth here, and a good first victory lap for LA Knight with the United States Heavyweight Championship. Bullock and I talked about this a little bit during our SmackDown chat earlier, and we both agreed. Long time coming. Should have happened. Honestly, we felt it should have happened at WrestleMania, but as the old saying goes, better late than never. He's got that title now. I mean, he's definitely got his momentum going again, and of course, big news about LA Knight earlier today. The big news, of course, that came out today, that LA Knight has signed a lengthy contract extension. And Beth, I'm going to bring back another one of our favorites. Lots of years, lots of zeros, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
Well, and this actually is because of the fact that because LA Knight's contract was actually going to be expiring in early 2025. So this contract extension just kind of basically silences the critics, or silences the fear that the megastar LA Knight was leaving WWE. Obviously, they give him the belt. They were patient enough. And now LA Knight gets rewarded by getting a multi-year contract extension. We don't know the particulars about how many years he got extended, but from what I was reading or rumors going around, so please take this with a pinch of salt, they're saying it was about between 3 and 4 years, is what I've been told.
Yes, sir. And we're all very happy about that. Of course, nobody more happier than myself and Michael Bullock. I mean, you know how much we love our LA Knight. And of course, it goes back to when we went to the tribute to the troops last December for Bullock's birthday when I wore that LA Knight gear. And that just shows you how over he is right now. And, you know, we're over the moon right now that he finally has a title, that he is the United States Heavyweight Champion. Like we said, should have been Mania, but, you know, it is what it is. Hey, SummerSlam, one of the big shows of the year. Hey, we're not going to complain about it. So, great promo here. And so, not much more to say about it. Michael Bullock, our guy, one of our favorites, LA Knight, first promo as the United States Heavyweight Champion. And, of course, he killed it like he always does. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, definitely he was, he always kills it on the mic. I mean, and yeah, like Santos Escobar basically came out and tried to get one up on him, but LA Knight roasted him too. And basically it's like, hey, you better focus on your match, because if you don't, you ain't getting anywhere near this United States Heavyweight Championship. So, good first promo. And with that being said, Fletch, let's get into that match.
And it was Andrade against Santos Escobar. And the winner of that match will get the opportunity at the championship. When it was all said and done, the winner of the bout in 11 minutes and 50 seconds, and now the number one contender for the United States Heavyweight Championship is Santos Escobar. He wins it. Really nothing more to say here. Santos did it. He gets the opportunity. He'll get the title shot. Very good victory for him. Really nothing more to say. I mean, it was a solid 3-star bout, and yeah. So, Anthony Floyo, it is all yours.
Fight of the night for me, 3.5 to 3 3/4 of a star. These two have had a handful of encounters since Andrade returned at the Royal Rumble, but this was their first singles match in WWE. Of course, where Santos goes, Legado del Fantasma goes with him. Elektra Lopez, and of course Angel and Berto. But Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews attacked Angel and Berto, drove them away from the ring, evening up the odds a little bit. We missed a few minutes in the beginning because WWE started it during a commercial break, and there was a second break in the middle, but that gave them a long time to make sure this didn't feel rushed. Escobar and Andrade are masters of their craft, so not only can they put on a great performance, but it feels like they would actually have to try to have a bad match. Carmelo Hayes interfered, but was knocked off the apron by Andrade, but he was still able to help Escobar avoid a double knee in the corner so he could steal the win with a roll-up, pulling the tights and getting the win. Oh, by the way, this was a fantastic match, but two different instances of interference were a bit much, honestly. Escobar should get more mic time. He's got charisma, but it feels like WWE never lets him show it. Andrade is one of the smoothest performers working today. Even if he makes a mistake, he always makes it look intentional or finds a way to cover it up. And Santos Escobar, that Poison Rana looked amazing, and Andrade sold it perfectly. And one other thing I got to say about Andrade here, MF, you got yourself a workhorse on SmackDown. Andrade is that workhorse. I'm telling you. I mean, because he is to SmackDown what Sheamus is to Raw. A man who's capable of having banger after banger after banger after banger. And now you know why this man is the WWE Speed Champion.
And now you know why I wanted him so badly back on SmackDown when I found out. Now you know why I wanted this guy so damn bad when it went on SmackDown.
How's it feel to have a workhorse?
I feel great. It feels amazing.
You got yourself one hell of a workhorse here, man. I'm telling you. So, three and a half, 3 3/4 of a star. I was gonna give it around the 4 to 4 1/4 mark, but I'm gonna bump it down to 3.5 to 3 3/4 because of the interference. But nonetheless, Santos Escobar with the win. He will be the first challenger for LA Knight and the United States Heavyweight Championship. I'm not sure when that's going to be. Could be a future SmackDown. Maybe they do it in Berlin. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out. But fight of the night for me, 3.5, 3 3/4 of a star. Michael Bullock. If not for that interference, if not for all that little chicanery at the end, this would have been a much higher rating. But 3.5, 3 3/4 fight of the night for me, man. What a match this was.
Yeah, this was a good match until the end. I mean, like you said, I was gonna give it 4, but I'm bumping it down to 3.5. I mean, because of the interference at the end, especially from Carmelo Hayes. I mean, and also the pulling of the tights there. That if those things didn't happen, it would have been a 4-star match. But it's only 3.5 here. Fight of the night, and yeah, Santos is now gonna get his golden opportunity at LA Knight and the United States Championship. And as for Andrade, well, unfortunately, Fletch, he's got a bigger issue with your boy Carmelo Hayes, and the last thing Carmelo Hayes wanted to do is upset Andrade, because we know how he is when he gets upset, especially when he gets in that mode. So nothing more to say. It's yours.
Yeah, but the thing is that ever since Carmelo Hayes and Andrade's been going at it, man, like Anthony says, it's banger after banger after banger with these guys. So, I mean, that's the one thing is that these guys have been killing it lately, and it just gets better and better from time in and time out. So, we'll see, we'll see at the very least. So next up that we did have was this is the other matchup that we were talking about. DIY versus Pretty Deadly. And when it was all said and done, it was DIY winning the match in 7 minutes and 10 seconds. That means next week, at least on the SmackDown side, it will be DIY versus the Profits, and the winners will get a shot at the Bloodline for the WWE Tag Team Championship. So, Anthony Florio, it is all yours.
Yeah. 2.5, teetering on 2 3/4. They immediately turned this into a fast-paced encounter that had Pretty Deadly in control as the show cut to a break. Sadly, the bout was over not long after we returned, so most of the action took place off-screen. DIY picked up the win, so they will take on the Street Profits for a shot at the Bloodline and the WWE Tag Team Championship. And that's really all I can say on this. So 2.5, teetering on 2 3/4 of a star. So Michael Bullock, Street Profits and DIY, #1 contenders match next week in Orlando for the right to face the Bloodline for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Speaking of bangers, I suspect this is going to be a banger. Street Profits and DIY. Oh, there's a show stealer next week.
What did you give the rating for this one?
2.5, 2 3/4.
Yeah, another 2.5 for me. I mean, but man, you talk about next week with DIY and the Street Profits. That's definitely got fight of the night potential right there with the body of work of these two teams. So, and for the right to become the next challengers for the WWE Tag Team Championship. So, yeah, sign me up for that. So it's yours, Fletch.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 2.5 to 2 3/4, no doubt. This was a solid matchup to say the very least, and there's really nothing more to add. Main event segment. It was the Bloodline Civil War, as you would talk about. Basically, it started out with Solo Sikoa basically challenging and calling out Roman Reigns. Roman responds, and here we go. It was on at that point. Roman stood tall, destroying Gorillas of Destiny in the process. Oh man, did it get real at that point? So yeah, who leads off? Is it Anthony or is it you, Bullock?
It would be me.
All right, man, it's yours.
Yeah, you could just. I mean, Solo. I mean, you saw Fletch. He didn't mince words. He said, "I'm the tribal chief. I'm the one who runs the bloodline. You want this necklace back? Come get it." I mean, he didn't he wasn't afraid. He wasn't backing down. He didn't mince words. And Roman saw it. He came out, and boy, did he lay out Tamatonga and Tongaloa. And he tried to get his thing back, but the new bloodline said, "Nah, this is Solo's now. You had your chance, and you blew it." So, yeah, and they paid for it. And I'm telling you, Fletch, right now, mark it down. Bash at Berlin, Roman, Solo, and I smell a tribal combat here with these
I
two.
agree. I agree.
And that's just the first of this ongoing saga. But of course, we all know what the real end game is. WrestleMania 41. The Rock, Roman Reigns, to see who the true tribal chief is. So get ready for it, folks. This is going to be a fun and interesting fall, and we're just all glad that we're going to be part of this great ride. It's yours, Fletch.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think they did a really good job. I thought it was a really good segment. I enjoyed it more than anything else. So yeah. I don't think there's really much to say on this one that wasn't already said. When we talk about the body of work, when we talk about everything that went down, this was exactly what we were hoping for. So yeah, this was like we said, solid to really good. Like I said, if anybody wanted the excitement for the storyline, you got it. You got everything you were hoping for and then some. So yeah, incredible performance, and I can't wait for the next chapter. That's all I'm gonna say. So, Anthony Florio, it is all yours.
Yes, we're all here for it, like Bullock said, and uh, great way to close great way to close the show. And you could say by default this was the segment of the night. And I mean, Roman and Solo in Berlin, tribal combat. Yes, Bullock, I do agree with you on that 100%. I definitely see that happening as well. And the show ended with Solo Sikoa calling out Roman Reigns. The former champion arrived and took out God before squaring off with his cousin in the ring. He beat up Solo, but as he was picking up his Ula Fala, he was blindsided by the tag champs. He managed to take them out, but Solo escaped with the Ula Fala. So, yeah, Berlin, no doubts about it. So, there isn't much more to say. Overall review time. Oh, look at that comment.
Yeah, I want to acknowledge this viewer here. His name is Turtle Man, who says that he got. Oh, well, I apologize.
Yeah, he says he was in the crowd at Smackdown. So yeah, all I can say is Turtle Man really was. Did you think the crowd was loud? I mean,
especially for the Roman Reigns segment, absolutely. That crowd was deafening. I would love to.
The moment he came out, the crowd just exploded. All of them with their ones to the sky because they all know who the real tribal chief is. I don't give a damn what Solo says.
Roman wasn't the only one who was over tonight. Cody Rhodes was over.
Yep.
With the whole whoa and all that, and LA Knight was also over too.
Yeah, so I mean, Turtle Man, if you want to give me your please leave a comment. Do you agree with
he said he screamed so loud.
Yeah. So like I would love to hear from you, my friend. are we correct about our thoughts? Because a lot of the times, you know this better than anybody else, sometimes crowd noise in an arena is a lot different than it is on a TV, because sometimes they pipe in the noise, everything else. But are we right to say Roman, Cody? I think KO got a good ovation. Like
LA
like
LA
Knight.
Knight.
LA Knight. I mean,
Yeah,
what?
Turtle Man, give us
Yeah, please
give us your thoughts on who you thought was the loudest from top to bottom.
Yeah, because we definitely would like to know, because we're gonna be heading at all right, that you know what, he confirmed what we thought. For
Yeah.
LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, and Roman Reigns got the biggest pops. So
I think
that,
he's absolutely spot on that.
Yep.
yep. So that was exactly what we thought. Exactly what we thought. Because like we said, we do got tickets for Monday Night Raw. We are going to the to Providence, Rhode Island.
Amica
That's
Mutual Pavilion
Yep.
on August the 26th. The three of us will be there. And a programming note, big announcement, Tony here. No Ridiculously Raw that night. We're going to have a special Tuesday installment of that on the 27th. Be warned.
All right. And he also said that KO's was decent, so was Naomi. All right. Yeah, I'll probably give you that.
Yeah, we'll give him that.
So, but thank you, Turtle Man. Greatly appreciated for your insight. And,
we hope you enjoyed the show.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And with that said, guys, let's just get right into overall review first, and then I'll get into some other stuff. We actually do got Big Three, and also we'll set up RWA's Legacy, which is the biggest show, and that's also going down tomorrow night. So, with that said, overall review for SmackDown Live, I thought it was a good show. Solid show. There was only one match that was a little bad that I think we can all agree with that. But all in all, I thought it was a very solid show. It was a very smooth and fluid 2 hours. 8 out of 10. That's my rating for it. Anthony Florio, give me your thoughts.
I'm leaning more towards 7.5 to 8 out of 10. Tonight's SmackDown had 4 matches and several promo and backstage segments. Most of what we saw dealt with SummerSlam fallout and setting up feuds for the next pay-per-view in Berlin. We're going to have a new number one contender. We got a new number one contender to the United States Heavyweight Championship in Santos Escobar. 2 teams, the Street Profits and DIY, won qualifying matches to compete for a WWE Tag Team title match. And Cody Rhodes declared Kevin Owens to be worthy of a shot at his undisputed WWE Championship. However, the thing most people will be talking about is the return of Roman Reigns. After 4 months, fans were thrilled to see him back and ready to begin a second bloodline civil war. Andrade and Santos Escobar stole the show, so if you plan to watch the show on DVR and skip certain parts, make sure to watch that whole match. So, I'm leaning more towards 7.5 to 8 out of 10. And to put the Kevin Owens issue to bed, I'm going to leave you with a bold prediction before I give it to Michael Bullock, and that is, I think this is leading to a heel turn for Kevin Owens. So that's just my bold prediction. So 7.5 to 8 out of 10. Bullock, your overall review, and then we'll turn it over to MF for the big 3.
Yeah, 7.5 to 8 for me on this one. So yeah, and as far as what you just said, Florio, I agree. I mean, I can see it happening, but we'll wait and see how it goes. So nothing more to say. Fletch, time for your Big 3 preview.
Big 3 basketball semi-finals. We are in the Final Four, and there's only 2 games that will be on the docket. Both games exclusively on CBS. Semi-final number 1, it will be Bivouac. They will be going up against Tri-State. That will be the first semifinal. Second semifinal, Anthony Florio, you're going to be watching this one on Sunday, as it will be Your Three's Company going up against the reigning and defending Big Three champions, the Enemies. This will be held at the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee. The winners of these games will go to TD Garden, Boston, Massachusetts, 1 week from Sunday for the Big Three final. The championship will be crowned in Beantown. That will be going down on Sunday afternoon. And with that said, one last bit of business we need to attend to, and that is the RWA legacy. That's right, RWA is at it again, and this time they're playing for keeps, boys. The biggest wrestling event of the year, Legacy, going down tomorrow night, live. Let me see if I can get the details here.
It's in Johnston. It's in Johnston.
Yep, it is in Johnston, Rhode Island. It is the RWA Legacy, and here is, if I can get the official fight card. They didn't post it? No, they should have. Discussions, I bet it's on. There we go.
You got it.
I'm looking. Hold on.
It's on their Instagram.
I'm going through the YouTube. All right, no, I'm going through Facebook. All right, hang on. Let me get the Instagram. Let me get it. I can get it in 1 second. I just gotta find the page. There it is. Okay. I'm gonna say RWA. See, I guess. See it. What I do if I do that? Let's see. Okay, that's the whole. Is that the whole shebang? Is that it? Right here. It's always tough when you're trying to get. All right, I think I got it. Guys. There he goes. Yep, here it is. All right. So let's run down the entire fight card. Here it is. So we started off with an 8-man. We got it looks like an 8-man tag team fight. The reuniting of DCNC, the Dirt City Murder Crew, is back in RWA. They're going up against the Vault, 8-man tag team fight. That will be an amazing matchup. Then we got Elle Valentine. She's going one-on-one with the Portuguese powerhouse Ariel. That's a one-on-one matchup. Then after that, we have ourselves a 5-way for the RWA Ocean State title. The Mighty Bosch, Joey Bones, Nick Diamond, Denzel Jordan, and Cletus. And of course, the reigning and defending champion John Steele will be putting the title on the line. Then we have a one-on-one match, as it is David Morales going one-on-one with AJ Phoenix. Then we have ourselves a really good one here. This one is gonna be DUI, Destruction Under Impact. Kellen Stone and Anthony Stone and Kellen Thomas, the Riot, putting the RWA tag team titles on the line against Steven Lust and Nick Marchand. Then we have ourselves a battle royale to determine the next holder of the Jeremy Bell. Now, if you know the Jeremy Bell, the winner of that Jeremy Bell is guaranteed a title shot at any time, any place, anywhere, for any RWA Championship. It doesn't matter if it's the RWA World Title, the RWA Height Title, the Ocean State Title, the Tag Team Championships. Whatever holder of that title, the holder of the Jeremy Bell, can go after whatever belt he may deem fit. And in the main event for the RWA World Championship, it will be Brandon Michael Thomas going up against the minor racer Mike Grassa, and they will be locked inside of a 15-foot high steel tempered cage. Basically, there was no result when they fought the first time around. That was that spectacle, and the guys were like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's run this back one more time. Title on the line, and let's do this. And yes, there is a bonus match, folks. RWA Height title on the line. Eddie Vegas, the new champion, took the belt away from our boy. Danger Boy Alfredo was a champion for a month and lost it. And now the Coach Will, is going to try to get the belt back.
I had a quick question, MF. Sorry to interrupt, but I had a quick question. You've been to so many of these RWA shows. Have you ever seen a steel cage match down there?
Yes, I have.
What is it like? Mullick and I are very curious. What was it like?
It was wild. It was absolutely crazy. And it was Christopher Dozier versus Mike Grassa inside the steel cage for the title. And Dozier won. It was bloody. It was violent. It was wild. Devin Blades showed up. And it was one of the most shocking things I've ever seen in RWA history, because that was the night that Mike Grassa got firebombed. That's right. You heard me right, folks. Basically, Devin Blades grabbed a lighter, had a piece of paper, lit it on fire, and threw it at Grassa. And Grassa got lit. He got burned in front of the RWA fans. It was one of the most sickening things I've ever seen in RWA history. I can't even describe the words I could say. Dude, you could smell the smoke and the fire from when that happened. I mean, you want to talk about people running into the cage, trying to get to the cage. Dude, we were trying to get water. We were trying everything. They literally had to haul Grassa out because he got lit on fire right then and there. It was a holy freaking crap moment, to say the very least. God, I hope that does not happen again, man, because especially for Grassa now, because he's such a changed individual and is so good. I would fear something that diabolical happening again. So we'll see. We'll find out. If there's still plenty of tickets for RWA Legacy. This is it, guys. This is the biggest show of the year. Please go out of your way. Support RWA. They have been absolutely amazing. Anthony Florio, you know that. Michael Bullock, you know that. I've known that for years, how great RWA has been. This is their biggest event of the year. This is the one that counts the most. Be there. Do whatever you got to do. Anthony Florio's got some commitments beyond his control. Michael Bullock's got commitments beyond his control. I got commitments beyond my control. That's why we're not going to be there. We're so sorry. And trust me, we're regretting this. We are. We're absolutely just saying no, because we know how good Legacy is.
Legacy
really is a game changer. Legacies are game changers.
I wanted to see that cage match more than anything else.
Yes. So, unfortunately, that is what it is. But, folks, I'm telling you, you're not going to miss it. You're not going to want to miss this. It's going to be a happening. History will be made. It's going to be something else. And it goes down tomorrow night. T Phoenix and the crew, good luck. Have an incredible event. Please stay safe because, wrestling is indeed actually real. Sometimes injuries do occur. Please be safe. Please come out with some good health, good vibes. Normally I'm not a guy who believes in prayers or anything like that, but I do pray for you guys. And I hope you guys have an amazing show. I hope you guys knock this one out of the park like you always do. Good luck, my brothers and sisters, and represent like I know you guys always do. All right, we're out of here. So, Anthony Florio, I know you said you wanted to say something before we get on out of here. So I'm actually going to give you the floor right now. So please, it's all yours, brother.
All right. Thank you very much indeed, MF. And just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you to everybody out there who reached out to me today, whether it was a Facebook post or a phone call or a text message or what have you. Just wanted to take this moment to say thank you all so very much for the love you showed me today on my birthday. And so far so good for 41, man. And get some big plans with the family tomorrow night, and just taking these few days to chill out. And so just wanted to say thank you all so very much. I'm gonna go a little more into detail on my respective Facebooks there, so get a little more into that. But I truly am blessed, and I have the best family, I have the best friends, and these two guys right here, my two dearest friends, along with our three other dear friends. Yeah, along with our three other dear friends, Mike and Brian Keenan and Mike Silvera. The brothers in arms. That's what we are. We're brothers in arms. And when we do this show each and every week, this is not work. This is not work to me. I mean, having a great time, doing what I love with these guys. I am just blessed beyond words, and I am beyond blessed, thankful, and grateful to all of you out there for all the love you showed me today. Not just today, but every day as well. So, but especially today. So, just wanted to take a moment to thank you all so very much. And I'll have a special message on my Facebook in a little while. So, so there isn't anything else left to say. MF, take us home, MF, and hit us with that future content if you would.
All right, with that said, Monday night, we do it all over again with Ridiculously Raw, hosted by Anthony Florio. And then Wednesday Night Madness. You know how it goes, AEW. And we do NXT as well. Then Friday, we're probably going to do it all over again with another edition of Cerebral Smack Talk. Guys, we're almost getting closer to the NFL, to the College Football Thursday, the NFL Friday. It's getting closer, guys. I know you guys have been waiting for it. Trust me, we're getting closer and closer. And I will let you fine folks know. I believe it's going to be in I want to say in a couple of weeks. We're going to have the preview in 2 weeks. We're going to start it with the first official preview of the college football season. We do the Power 5 and Notre Dame as we normally do. And then I believe it's right around the week after is when we get the NFL preview that we start our road to the Super Bowl. So, guys, we're getting closer. It's almost I know you guys have been waiting. I know you guys are dying to see for us to do it. We're going to get there. We're almost there, guys. Just hang tight a little more. But once we get into the fall,
we're almost through the boring part of the summer.
Yep, and it's going to get wild because once football season's in, we go into overdrive, and we're going to be wild. So nothing more to say. Anthony Florio, thank you so much. Michael Bullock, thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. Like the video, leave a comment at the bottom. Share with all your friends on all the social media platforms around the world. We'll see you all on Monday. Have a good night. So long for now. Bye-bye.